So I guess now is as good a time as any to start the vlog. We'll see if we catch this flight. I forgot how much I hate Spirit, but also everything that's going on with like flights and FAA and whatever. Originally my flight was supposed to be at like 4:30, I think. And then I got an email this morning. It said that it's delayed. It's not going until 6, which is perfect. That's why I had like a really leisurely day. I was like hemming my pants. But then I got another email and it came to me at like 2 and I missed it. Well, I saw it at like 3. And then it's like, just kidding. Your flight has been changed. And now it's leaving at like 4:50. My mom was supposed to be the one to drop me off. She was unavailable at the moment because we thought it was going to be much later. So here I am, obviously driving myself to the airport. I already prepaid for my parking while I was driving. Such a hazard. I should bill Spirit for the anxiety that this has induced. And of course parking was expensive. What else had happened? Oh yeah, and then I got a notification, which is unfortunate, but the person I was supposed to be staying with tonight, he is actually in the hospital because something, pancreatitis, I think. Very unfortunate for him, but also unfortunate for me. Yeah, let's just get on this flight and see how it goes. I forgot my SD card for my vlogging cameras. That's why I'm vlogging with my phone. I feel like I'm gonna end up buying one anyway, so whenever I get to New York, we'll just buy one. Well, I guess I ended up making it. Just kidding, we had to deboard. So all of that rushing for no reason. Okay, let's get this straight. 4K. So my original flight was supposed to be at 4:34, and then I received that email in the morning. It was then adjusted to 6:13 that evening. That's when I had my leisurely day. I then saw the email at 3 o'clock that was received at 2 that my flight had been changed to 4:43. That's when I freaked out, took myself to the airport, ended up paying X amount for parking at the airport. It's a good thing I prepaid because it was at least a little bit cheaper. And then I made it just in time for us to board. And then in the end, we had to deboard. I forgot what happened. It was supposed to be like bad weather in New York City. And so we were grounded and leaving at 7. I went to Whataburger in the terminal because at this point I'm hangry, annoyed, frustrated that I had spent all this extra money whenever I had other plans. And then I received an email again that now we're moved to 6:40. Make my way to the gate and then I get another email for us to finally leave at 7:05. Very frustrating and out of my control. Yet here we are. Let's keep going. We're trying this again. As if I wasn't already annoyed with everything and everybody, they decided they wanted to sing happy birthday to some random passenger. As I mentioned previously, the person who was supposed to be hosting me for this night, he ended up having pancreatitis. He could not host me. So I looked into a hotel, then a hostel. It was already 12:30 at this point. So what I failed to record was that I ended up sleeping / actually only napping at LaGuardia Airport. It was not a lovely evening. I did not feel great. And I will be exhausted for the next day. It was at 5:30 in the morning when I decided that I was ready to trek into the city. And here I am catching all the subways into Manhattan. So I came up with this like arbitrary itinerary to get me to like noon. The first thing on the docket was to go to this place that I had heard of. It was like an influencer. He opened his own coffee shop. It's in like Brooklyn, but because I would have arrived there too early, I got off on Lexington and we're just walking south. For context, this was at Lexington at the lower part of Central Park, and I just kept walking south. So here I am at Times Square. At this point, I'm also very happy to see other people like waking up, getting ready, and also this random influencer working out in Times Square. I then nixed the idea of going backwards to Brooklyn to go to that coffee shop. Instead, I went to this other coffee shop I had seen on TikTok. It's called Fellini. Super delicious. I highly recommend. And also, they have a restroom. Well, I ended up going to Sephora, but it doesn't open until 10. And so now I'm just hanging out at a park because I have like 30 more minutes. But look at this view. Oh, hey, Washington Square Park. And I'll just kill time here until it's time to go to Sephora. Also, I decided that I'm not going to end up buying an SD card Everything is just going to be vlogged from my iPhone because I'm not trying to spend any more money or like waste it. We're back on the move. We're heading back to Sephora because there's a brush I want to get and the sale has started. The goods have been acquired. I did talk myself out of getting a skin tint because I'll just use the one that I brought. And then I went to Target, Uniqlo, H&M, just killing time, eating pizza before I check into our hotel. Let me check in early. Here we are, and Tamberlin is on her way. It's pretty cute. Anyway, so this is the shirt I brought. My mom had this made a couple years ago, and it's just like a second one because she made us some as children. So this is like my adult one, and my siblings have theirs, and my like niece and nephew have theirs. And then I bought this long johns because I was in a rush and I didn't bring any like anything to sleep in. So we're gonna sleep in this. So immediately I shower and get into bed. I message Chamberlain that I'm checked in, and she doesn't arrive for like another, I guess, hour and a half. I would like frantically check my phone, and luckily she was just outside, and I let her in and go back to sleep. Just for us to wake up to go to dinner. For dinner this night, we decided to go to Bergdorf's cafe. Opulence was there, warm, cozy, had a functioning restroom. The food, a bit bland for my taste. We're at Michael's, and she's got us playing Project Runway again.
As always, like, very annoying.
This is us going to the Halloween parade, and it was obscenely crowded. And in the end, I can say I don't think it was worth it. But you know, something to say that we have done. We had an okay time. We ended up meeting up with our friend Asha. This is how crowded it was and uncomfortable, and even Tamberlin was assaulted, essentially.
Yo, let people out! Let people out!
Growing up, I loved Miss Congeniality. This was so cute to see. Also, I totally forgot that the whole reason people go is to see the Thriller dancers. We managed to see them somewhat. You know, of course, the massive crowds and everybody holding up their phones. But, yeah, we saw them kind of. Then when we headed back to our hotel, it was time to get content, which is the whole reason we came.
Brilliant fashion designer Christian. He just made this custom mask for me. He just drew these eyes on my eye holes.
Yes.
And now he's gonna cut them out.
This is after Halloween. We're gonna go and take some photos of her cute outfit.
Yes.
Hamburger.
Make it alright. Make it so much better. Worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it. Ooh.
We're going out to do some photos of the Tamburglar. Cut to the next morning. We were refreshed. We did a face mask. We were ready to leave. We were both leaving New York City and going back home. We're going this morning to do some turns. But every time I come to New York, I have to go to Ralph's Coffee. I don't know why. At this point, I've accepted that their coffee is kind of like mid. Then we met up with Asha, did another little photo shoot, had a slice of pizza, of course. We're getting a little pizza before I have to go and separate from them. We're also going to do a little photo shoot. Just for me to dine and dash, I had to eat my pizza on the subway en route to LaGuardia. I was exhausted. New York's not my favorite anymore. Loses its luster every single time. I did 30,000 steps in one day alone. But hanging out with Tamberlin, we just make it worth it. Thank you for watching my vlog. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next vlog.